And my God, boys, I don't know about you, but it is nice to see so many Canadians finally playing all across Europe. Now you can have, you have Twitter accounts dedicated solely to like pinpointing where all the Canadians are playing. And, you're not just picking like, oh, that's going to be my random Eastern European team because there's one Canadian in 900 kilometers. Now it's like you've got them playing against each other in Champions League, Europa, like conferences. It's incredible.
I'm going to do the housekeeping here, boys, to make sure we don't miss anybody out. So, I feel like without knowing the stats off the top of my head, this must be the most Canadians we've ever had involved in European competition, which, seems when they have with the Conference League as well, that probably helps. Like, I can't be far off of it, isn't? So, in the Champions League, we have Stefan Eustáquio of Porto in the same group as Kyle Larin and Tajon Buchanan, who play for Club Brugge. They're also joined by Atletico Madrid and Bayer Leverkusen. So you got Atletico in there too. Good to see them. They made it also.
The whole Canadian circle's come around.
We got Alphonso Davies of Bayern Munich against their perennial UEFA European competition opponents at this point. Barcelona seem to play them every year, it feels like, at this point.
Yeah.
Also up against Inter Milan and Victoria Pilsen. If you've never heard of Victoria Pilsen, don't worry. With a group like that, you won't have to hear of them soon enough. We have some guy called Scott Arfield, plays for Rangers. Never heard of them, but it came up on the thing. I have to read it out. They're in a group with they're in a group with Liverpool, Napoli, and Ajax. That's a tough group. Probably can't imagine I'll do well at that group, boys. And taking us into the Europa League, we have Milan Borjan and Asterix Stevan Mitrovic Asterix playing for Reds for Belgrade. They're playing with Monaco, Ferencváros, and Trabzonspor. And finally, to cap it all off, Liam Miller with Basel in the Europa Conference League. Okay, tell me if you've heard of any of these clubs before, and tell me if I'm pronouncing these wrong, because I almost definitely am.
Okay,
I got you.
Yeah, let's leave all pronunciation of European teams with very distinct dialects to Michael. That will be his thing. I'll let you know if I've heard of them, but we'll make sure that Michael's correcting you. Please, Michael. I am formally requesting that you make sure that he is keeping every pronunciation on the spot for these teams.
Michael is still a European expert, I think. I don't think we gave that. I don't think we took that title off him.
No. He's still for sure.
So Basel are going to be playing Slovan Bratislava.
Oh, that's perfect. You got that one.
Zalgiris.
100%.
And P-Unic.
I think it's Unic.
Pyunik.
The P silent. It's Unic.
Yeah, the Unics. They're playing the Unics. So they're from Slovakia, Lithuania, and Armenia, respectively. So there's our Canadians in Europe.
Basel should come out of this. And honestly, I don't know if you watch any of their qualifying games. Liam Miller, beautiful. He basically won one of their games. He drew a penalty in the box and he assisted the other goal. He had a really good campaign. And something I really like seeing from Basel right now is, if you pay attention to their club, they're running two squads. Basel's not playing a lot of league matches right now because they want him in Europe, and I love it. Especially from a team from Switzerland. It's like, fuck, go for it, But talking about Champions League, that's the exciting one, especially the group with Club Brugge and I'm blanking.
Porto.
Come on.
Porto? Yeah, Porto. Jesus Christ.
Oh, you've just now pissed off almost half of the Portuguese that are here in Canada right now.
I met a Porto fan yesterday. He's cool.
Oh, I love Porto. I love the Portuguese fans here, but you pretty much just pissed off half of them.
That's okay. No, that group is gonna be a lot of fun. Those two matches, Canada's eyes are all on them. I think typically we all watch Alphonso Davies in Champions League. That's it's in our Canadian coat of arms type thing. Watch Alphonso Davies in Champions League. But the Club Brugge and Porto game, all Canadians have that one circled. That's going to be a fun one.
I tell you what, that's a fun looking group as well. Atletico Madrid aren't quite the team they were when they were at their peak. And Bayer Leverkusen, they're not Bayern Munich. It feels like all these teams below them in the Bundesliga are unpredictable to an extent that 1 year it could be Dortmund who are second, then it's Red Bull Leipzig, and then one of these teams gets relegated, like a Schalke or a Schalke, Hamburg, or a Stuttgart. It's a little bit more unpredictable in that sense. Are they both going to make it to the last 16? No. But I'm really excited to just watch that group as a whole. And I think Club Brugge, I think they're going to have more to them than people think. Like, I've watched some of their games, also with Buchanan being there. You know, Simon Mignolet is their goalkeeper.
Yeah, he is.
You can still find him.
He's a former Sunderland lad, you know.
To me, something that somebody had said was there's not a group of death, and I think that helped. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, you're right. But that kind of helps out more of our lower boys staying in Europe, because when there's a group of death, you know, the lowest get knocked right out, like you're out. But then at least some of them are going to end up in Europa. You're going to have more disparity, and you could have a couple upsets. Like, you have more chance of a couple upsets versus, okay, we know who's going to be first, we know who's going to be second, and then it's who's scrapping it out for third, maybe fourth. You know, that's where we're at. But at least in this regard, I think there's just going to be just more overall excitement. Like, I'm going to be more, in fact, wanting to tune in versus Manchester City, Barcelona, and Bayern Munich, and then a team from a country I've never heard of. Like, I'm a little bit more excited to sort of like flick them on and see how the Canadians do, and it gives them all the chance to play.
And they're going to be fast and furious with the fixtures leading up to the World Cup as well. So they're going to be playing a lot of really critical, high important minutes. Well, I mean, Eustáquio, Buchanan, they don't necessarily always start, but like just getting appearances and being involved in the matchday squad, being involved in those big day occasions, that's going to help getting in the right mindset for Qatar, because it's going to be a hell of a jump up for like a lot of these Canadian players going from like, say, MLS level there. At least if they've got players who are like plenty of Champions League experience. They've been on the biggest stage in terms of club football, so like the biggest stage, international football, it's not going to be a bigger leap as it would have been. And just to let all the millions of people at home who are wondering, Celtic's group involves Real Madrid, Red Bull Leipzig, and Shakhtar Donetsk, so it should be an easy group. I expect to get no less in first place.
You say that, but Sheriff FC beats Real Madrid last year, so
we're coming for you. We're coming for you, Carlo.
I'm just saying, everyone should take note of this and watch that group specifically. And where can we find you on Instagram?
Paul McNulty 96.
Yeah. So just in case you want to let him know what's going on in some of those games, in case
if Celtic beat Real Madrid, I will make a Twitter account and constantly.
Holy shit, we need that.